All right, boys and girls, this one just fell in my lap. Welcome back to the Watch Horn. Today, this is something you're not going to see a lot of, I don't think, but a local gentleman caught me at work the other day. I was taking off, and he said, "Hey, I know you got that range. I don't have a lot of time. Can you zero my rifle for me?" I said, "Yeah, man, I can help you out with that, but I'm going to make a video of it just so you know. So your shit's going to end up all over YouTube and Facebook." So what he brought me is a Savage Axis 2. Yeah, this is another one I'm going to end up going off on a rant on. So the Savage Axis line has had a lot of issues over the years. So many to the point that during 2020, Walmart was selling them for $52 for full rifles. $52 for the Savage Axis line. I don't know how people put any faith in that whatsoever, but hey, you do you, boo-boo. He said he got a good deal on it. I hope he got a great deal. So we're going to bore sight it. We're at 25 yards just to make sure we're on paper. And we're going to move back to our 100-yard bench and try and dial it in. He gave us some Winchester PowerPoint 129 grain. So this Weaver 3x9 that I also don't understand why we've got QD rings on a deer rifle. Quick detach being QD. Why anybody wouldn't... I don't understand why. It doesn't make sense to me. So what I'm going to do right quick is, like I said, we're at 25 yards. I'm going to look down the bore and try and center it on the big diamond. And it looks like we need to bring the scope up a little bit here. So I guess we'll load a couple rounds and see where it's at. Try and get it. What I want to do is I want to be about 2 inches, inch and a half, somewhere in there. I want the bullet to be that low from where I'm aiming here at 25 yards. So get our ears on, put the bolt back in, and send a couple, see if we can get her close. Ugh. I'm going to guess we shot under, maybe. And we'll aim a little higher. Putting the scope basically at the very top of the target. I didn't see that one. Did you see that one? Let's go for the big old manhole. I'm going to aim at the very top of it. Here we go. Way high. Okay. So we're going to take her down. No, it's still got to come up. Let's see how that rates us. Still high?
Yep.
So now I'm going to aim at the bottom of the manhole.
Little low.
Oh, we hit steel. Yeah, she's still swinging. It looks like our right to left is okay. Let's go back to the paper. Back to aiming at the center. Hey, there we go. Yeah, that's probably close. We wing it here on the Watchhorn. We don't do super high scientific stuff. Let's send another one. Dead center is where I'm aiming. I'm putting the crosshairs of the scope on the red dot in the middle of the target. And I want the bullet impact to be 1.5 to 2 inches below that. So here we go. Okay, there's about 1.25 inches below that. I cannot get over how heavy that trigger is. That's a heavy trigger. Really heavy. But we know where we're at now, so we're going to head down to our 100-yard bench and fine tune it. I'll see you down there. All right, we are back at 100 yards. Gonna try and see if we can get a good zero on this Axis 2 with the 45 frickin' pound trigger. Okay, so that one was lower and further to the right, so we'll send another one to verify that it wasn't me just pulling a terrible shot, and then adjust from there. That one was about 1 inch to the left of the first one. Oh, God. All right, that one shot even further right. Okay, so I adjusted 6 clicks, which should bring us back to the left, and 4 clicks, which should bring us up 1 inch. After this, we'll have to go put a new target on and see what we can do. That one went dead center in the bullseye. I'll show you. Let me grab another target and I'll show you where we hit. Okay, so we had 2 impacts right here when we were at 25 yards. We moved back to 100. We got one here, then the third shot jumped all the way out over here. Now I've adjusted from this group. The first shot is, right in the diamond where we want to be. So now it's time to see if that adjustment's going to hold true or it's going to bounce wildly out of the adjustment. Because we don't know if it's just the gun's not accurate, so it won't group. It could be the ammo. It could be the QD scope mounts. It could be the scope. There's a lot of variables when it comes to zeroing, and everything has to be right for it to work. So we went from right here on that first impact to right up here. Not sure what to make of that. Maybe it's just a 3 MOA gun. The ammo's 3 MOA. Or maybe the scope's moving. I don't know. We'll send a third. Okay, first shot was here, second shot's up here, third shot is right about here on that target. That's not a good look. Scope doesn't feel loose. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to try some of my ammo and see if it shoots a little bit better. Because that's not okay for a deer rifle. Let me dig through and see what I have. So when Winchester's not looking great, let's try some match ammo and see how that shoots. Shoots any better, worse, the same. But it is a 120 grain hollow point, I think 130 grain hollow point boat tail match. As opposed to the 129 grain. You know what? I'm going to run down and I'm going to switch out for a new target quick. Okay, so here's our 3-shot groups from the Winchester. So this was 3 shots. These 2 were from our 25 yards, so ignore those. We shot 2 3-shot groups. Here's the first one. Here's the second one. So we got 1, 2, 3, over 3 MOA. Not a good look for 6.5 Creedmoor. So what we're going to do is we're going to run my prime ammunition 130 grain boat tail hollow point match. And the wind just shifted from very gentle to now it's kind of blowing. But 6.5 Creedmoor, super awesome ballistic coefficient. I am not worried about it for getting a 0. Not right here anyway. First shot hit right up here. Right in there. So Savage has always been kind of known for their Accu trigger, which is a fantastic trigger, and their Model 10s, 110s, 12s, phenomenal accuracy. But the Axis too, which used to be the Axis, which used to be the Edge, it's their budget line that has just been problematic for the entire history of it. Some of them are great. Some of them have just not been very awesome. And I'm hoping this one kind of blends the difference. Okay, that's not awful. We jumped from here to right about here, so about an inch away. So that's not terrible. Send another one aiming at the same spot. So we jumped from right here to right here to right here. So it's about half the size of the other groups, but still not the accuracy I've seen out of this before. Well, I guess we'll just call that as good as it's going to get and get the 0 to the ammunition he is going to use as close as we can get it. That ended up about an inch left of the diamond. This thing just does not group very good. So we jumped from here down to here. But as long as his deer are within 100 yards, this diamond is about the size of a deer's heart, and it'll get him there. I am going to recommend to him maybe a little bit better scope and mounts, and hope for the best. But he is definitely in a heart-sized radius at 100 yards. There's not much we can do when it bounces 2 inches or more between shots. You get what you pay for. That's just the way it is. Not all budget guns are great guns. Not all great guns come with a budget. So be cautious buying cheap and expecting expensive results. Until next time, get out to your range. Go train. Go shoot. You're still there. Go. Get off the damn couch and go. Go.